labor is required for your operation? And do you hire any help?
Organic farming requires more labor. There's definitely more labor involved with that. Right now, myself, my son are the key labor force, I guess you would say. But I have a wonderful relationship with my brother, his family, and even though we may not have our business together, yet we work like a team. And when he needs help or I need help, it seems like we can always depend on each other. And that's been a great asset to the farm. And in the summertime, though, we hire usually a guy through the growing season, a college boy. And then during time when we're roguing beans in the summer, we bring in all the nieces and nephews and anybody else that's willing to get out and get their hands dirty, and we provide some good exercise for anybody that's willing to come.
We rely heavily on a very talented workforce here, and their schedule is very demanding of them. We work 12-hour days, typically 6 on and 2 off. The dairy does operate 24/7. We started operating in 2000, and we've not shut our milking parlor down ever since. So it's a 365, 7-day-a-week operation, and it's very demanding of our employees. And they're very talented and very skilled, and we put a lot of effort into training them. The equipment on this dairy farm is very specialized, and there's not a lot of them around the country. So we rely heavily on our employees to be trained and to take care of our machinery and our milking system. The system that we have was made in Israel, so we do a lot of online training with Israel.
Usually it's just me and Dad. Sister helps, but most of the work is, done. That's the family. We don't custom hire help. Once in a great while, if we get something breaks down, you might have to hire, alfalfa done or something. But most of the time, it's all by ourselves.
Well, I'm the manager, and I do a lot of it. Through the years, I have hired young people from the local communities to help on the farm also. So they've been a big part of this, and they've done a variety of things, from operating machinery to helping with the hay, to cattle chores, to handwork in the fields, and that is. That phenomenon gives us a glimpse into the social aspect of this kind of farming.
We have an internship program here on the farm, so where we are doing the work primarily ourselves, there are a number of entrepreneurs here on the farm who are also doing small ag projects. There are 2 young women doing a garden. There's one young woman who's in charge of the hog operation. There's a young man who's doing a duck project this summer. They all have their own entrepreneurial project, and then they're responsible for working here a certain number of hours during the month. So it's kind of a farm community.
It grows and changes so fast that we have a hard time keeping up with what we need in terms of skill in the labor pool. But currently we employ about 27 people.
It was my dad, myself, and then as my son grew up, he helped us a lot, and then he graduated and he's a teacher now, so he's not part of the operation. And so then it was just my dad and I, and then we hired for about 5 years now, we've had an extra hired person that was part of it. So we've always had kind of a 3-man operation going, and my wife helped some, and our kids did as we grew up. And 5 years ago, a younger family joined our operation, and then 2 years ago, we actually transferred. We kind of sped up our transition timeline, and they took over all of the cropland that we have, and Deb and I still raise all the livestock, and so then Steve, he's got a hired man, so kind of 2 of them taking care of the crops, and then Deb and I take care of the livestock.
We have some helpers around here at all times, so what I like to say is it takes a village to run a small organic farm, but I have one production assistant. She's here today, and then others come, you know, as needed when we're really busy transplanting and doing some of the work in the greenhouse, or if we're planting out 700 tomato plants or stringing up a trellis, then we ask people to come and help. Volunteers mostly.
The vegetable farm operation, we have about 5 full-time field people, and then usually an apprentice or 2 each season. And then with the goats, I have one person that helps me, well, 1 and 1 part-time, so let's say 2 people that help with the goat milking during the week, and then 1 person that helps me make cheese. So 2 people, including myself, make cheese.